Ianis Hagi returns to the Rangers first team in an attempt to save his career at Ibrox. And speaking of careers, Dujon Sterling is committing his to Rangers until 2028. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Some news coming out of Rangers today. And the big news is that Ianis Hagi has returned to the first team squad and that he is currently training right now ahead of the Europa League match. So Rangers have confirmed that Ianis Hagi has returned to the first team squad. The Romanian has been training with the B team after being told he could depart Ibrox in the summer. Philippe Clement did say that he would be sold, but it looks like maybe that's not going to be the case anymore. We know that Hagi did turn down moves to Rapid Bucharest and Universitate Craiova during the transfer window. Don't know if I pronounced that right. Probably butchered the name, but no, doesn't really matter. Point is, he turned those clubs down and he was willing to try and renegotiate a clause in his contract that would trigger a wage rise if he started another game for Rangers. So Hagi kind of made it clear by turning down those moves that he wanted to stay at Rangers. Rangers, though, didn't want to play him because of the rumoured contract that would trigger the wage rise. It's been speculated at around 10k. Understandable, I guess, that Rangers don't want to pay an extra 10k to Hagi, but at the same time, if you put that in the contract, you kind of have to honour that, and it seems a little bit cheap to me that they decided we're just not going to play Hagi again because he's one game away from getting a pay rise. If you have that contract, if you agree to that contract and you offer that in the first place, or at least even if Rangers didn't offer it and Hagi bargained that into the deal, either way, Rangers still accepted it, and they're not in a position, in my opinion, where they can refuse to play Ianis Hagi. I don't think Rangers are good enough that they can be like, nah, Ianis Hagi, we don't want to play him. He's not good enough for us. For me, Ianis Hagi starts for Rangers. I think he should. I think a fit Ianis Hagi is in the Rangers starting 11. So it looks like both clubs are now working towards a resolution that will allow Hagi to feature for the club again, which is good news for Rangers. It's good news for Hagi. Hagi's too good of a player to be training with a B team, to be sitting on the bench. We know his Rangers career, unfortunately, the last couple of years hasn't been great due to injuries and then obviously going out on loan. But I'm hoping that he actually can get, playing again, because I think it's good for Rangers. I think it's good for the league, because I do believe that Ianis Hagi, at his best, when he's on form, he is one of the better players in the league. So I think that is pretty good, and hopefully he can be playing soon. I'm pretty sure he's not a part of the Europa League squad, so I don't think he's going to be able to play in that. But maybe he can, feature in the league at some point. We'll have to wait and see. But Dujon Sterling has announced that he will be staying at Rangers. He's committing himself to the club. He has signed a contract extension that will keep him until May 2028. And I mean, Sterling's probably one of those players that I would argue has maybe been a little bit disappointing this season. Last season, I think he was one of Rangers' standout players. I remember, was it against Celtic, he came out and he basically just said we were crap. He said what a lot of Rangers fans wanted to hear. He came out and admitted that the team wasn't good enough, the performance wasn't good enough. Did that maybe get him in a little bit of hot water with Philippe Clement? I mean, possibly, but you got to respect Sterling for coming out and saying the truth and saying what needs to be said. But yeah, he has signed a deal. He will now be at Rangers till 2028, and he said the following about his new contract extension, quote, "It is good to get it over the line. I am obviously proud. The club have rewarded me because they thought my performances were good last season, and for me, it's just about building on that this season. It gives me extra motivation that I want to do more. I have got the reward now, and I want to repay the favour. It is a great place to work every day, with a good manager, teammates, staff, and fans. It feels like a home, and for me, there was no reason to change that." End of quote. So, yeah, Sterling feels like at home, enjoys being at Rangers, enjoys the fans, wants to stay there for the future. Pretty much that's why he signed a contract extension. Why else would you sign a contract extension if you don't want to be there in the future? Philippe Clement also gave his opinion on it. He said, quote, "We are delighted that Dujon has committed his future to the club. He has become a vital member of the squad over the past year since I came to the club, showing his potential in several positions and always being ready for the team. We are going to continue working hard together with him to get everything out of his abilities and believe he will continue to have a big impact on the squad. End of quote. So, Clement happy enough to be keeping Sterling. Sterling happy enough to be staying at Rangers. And honestly, man, I think we all know that Sterling is probably going to be the future right back at Rangers. The question is, how long is it going to take him to replace James Tavernier? How long until Sterling is the recognised right back at the club? Will it be this season? Will it be next season? Will Sterling continue to be this versatile player that just plays in whatever position Rangers need him to? Or will we see soon enough Sterling becoming the number one right back at the club? It's kind of difficult when Tavernier's got the experience and he's been there, he's won the trophies, he is the captain. It's kind of hard to just switch that overnight. I don't think that's something that we're probably going to see in the middle of a season. I think the change is more likely to come during the summer when the season is ended. And obviously, if Tavernier is no longer the number one right back, and unless he's been pushed further forward or pushed into midfield or something like that, then I don't think you can be the captain unless you're starting games regularly, unless you're in the starting 11. I don't think you can be the captain. So I think it might just come as a double whammy to James Tavernier. He's probably going to lose his number one spot at right back and lose his captaincy at the same time. It's just a matter of when. I don't think it's going to come this season. Maybe at the end of it, or maybe he'll just see his contract out. Maybe he'll leave Rangers, and that'll be when they replace him. They get a new captain in, and Sterling becomes a new number one. Guys, we'll have to wait and find out. But yeah, that's it. Big news for Rangers then. Hagi back into the first team, and Dujon Sterling has committed his future to the club until 2028. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. It helps the videos massively. And that is it, guys. We will catch you in the next one. Tonight, it's Celtic, Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. Despite what a lot of people think, I'm sick of being called a jambo bait. Well, I'm not really sick of it. I don't care. It might bother you and Cameron. I couldn't give a shit. I do hope Celtic win tonight, just because I don't kiss their arse and I agree with every decision that goes against Celtic. I mean, that somehow means I'm a hater. I'm not. I hope Celtic beat Dortmund tonight. Do I think it will happen? No. I predict Dortmund 4-2. But here, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they can smash down that yellow brick wall. It's been a good campaign for Scottish football in Europe so far. St Mirren, Kilmarnock, they had some decent results. Hearts were pretty shite. Don't really want to talk about them. Hearts are shite. I just wish our season would end right now. Rangers, I thought, were very disappointing against Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev were there for the taking, but then again, that red card changed the game, and that was bullshit. That was never a red card. That was a disgrace. So we don't know. Rangers could have been in the Champions League. But since we got into the group stages, Scottish teams are 2 for 2. Celtic 1, Rangers 1, and hopefully we can make it 5-5 by the end of Thursday night. That's what I'm hoping. We'll have to wait and see if that happens or not, though, guys. Catch you in the next one. Till then, Beanfog Football. Peace.